Welcome to another episode of Jay's Learning School, where I have the opportunity to help you to understand and to speak better English. On today's English lesson, we're going to learn about everyday items, items that you use every single day. We're going to look at these English vocabulary words. I'm going to explain them so you can get a better understanding of them in English, as well as how you can use them in different sentences. Make sure that you turn the closed captions on, so if you would like subtitles, you can have those on the screen. Also, if you do not know, we have a live stream here on the channel every Tuesday at 9:15 a.m. and Thursdays at 7:15 p.m. I hope that you can make time to join me on the live stream, where you can ask questions and get all the information you need to help you to speak better English. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever the live stream starts, as well as you can get notifications for the other videos that I release throughout the week. So let's get into it. Everyday items. So there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different items that we see, come in contact with, and use on a daily basis. Today, we're just going to look at a few, and I'm going to help you understand them so you can use these vocabulary words in your day-to-day conversations in English. A toothbrush. Toothbrush is very common here in our country. We use it to keep our teeth clean. We use a toothbrush to keep our breath smelling good. I have stepped up my toothbrush game. And I have purchased me a electronic toothbrush where it helps me to brush my teeth in the different four sections of my mouth evenly for about 30 seconds a piece. So I've been using that. That was my Christmas gift to myself, I believe, and I've been using that for some time now. But a toothbrush, you can keep your tongue clean, your teeth clean, and your gums clean. And so you just may say, I need to buy a new toothbrush. It lasts about a month. Some people change them out more frequently, but a toothbrush is used to keep your teeth, tongue, gums, and your breath smelling clean and clean. A comb or a brush is an everyday item. Now you can see that I do not have any hair, but at one time I did have hair, and I use a brush to keep my hair looking neat. My wife uses a brush every day. My sons use a brush every day. Some people, they just use a comb. I use a comb on my mustache to keep my mustache looking neat. And so a comb or a brush is usually stored in the bathroom. Women keep their combs or brushes in their purses. Some people keep a comb or a brush in a bag or inside of their coat pocket. Coffee is an everyday item for most people. They drink coffee in the morning time. Now, personally, I am not a coffee drinker. You can let me know down in the comments if you drink coffee every single day. I call coffee old folks juice. I love the smell, but I do not like the taste. Maybe I have not tasted the right coffee. Maybe you can recommend some coffee to me down in the comments section, but I prefer tea. But some people need coffee in order to get them going in the morning, to get them energetic or get them awake. Some people use the coffee for the caffeine that's in it, but some people like it just because of the taste. They actually have cold coffee now. I believe it's called a cappuccino. I hope I'm right. But coffee is an everyday item for many people, just not for me. A bed is an everyday item. A bed is where we rest. We lay down to rest our body. Many people use their bed to read a book. Many people use a bed to watch television or to watch a movie, to lay next to their spouse or their loved one. But a bed is an everyday item. It has pillows. And the most important part of a bed is the mattress. Okay, some people like a firm mattress. Some people like a soft mattress. I like a firm mattress myself. The mattress on the bed needs to be turned very often so it does not sink or or dip. So the bed is something that you would use every day. Now, normally the bed is found in a bedroom, but there are people that have their bed in various places. Some people have beds in their trucks or their campers because that's where they travel or that's where they work. Some people just have a bed in an extra room and it's on the floor. But a bed is definitely used every single day. A cell phone is now an everyday item. Cell phone is basically a computer in your hand where you can make phone calls and store information. Also, the cell phone we know is used to communicate with other people as well as to do transactions or commerce. We also use our cell phones to get information. You can use your cell phone to learn how to speak better English. You can download an app on your cell phone like YouTube or your favorite podcast platform, and you can listen to Jay's Learning School. That's a shameless plug. And so the cell phone is taken with us. It does not work every day unless it is charged. It has a battery in it that lasts so many hours, but a cell phone is now an everyday item. It is something that I would have never thought would be essential when I was a child. Never would have thought a cell phone would be something that I would need every single day. You can send me messages on your cell phone through Instagram, through YouTube. So a cell phone is an essential item that we use every day. Reading glasses. I must have these every day. Now I can take these off and I can see you. I can drive. I can talk to you. But when it's time to read, I have to have on my glasses because I need to be able to see the fine print that is in a book, fine print that's on the television, that's in a Bible, something that's small in a magazine. Even on my phone, y'all, I have to be able to use my reading glasses because the glare and I can't see the letters like I used to when I was younger without reading glasses. So for many people like myself, you have to have those reading glasses every single day, or it's going to be a long day. Work clothes are essential to a number of people. Many people have to wear uniforms, policemen, firemen, teachers. Even some students have different work clothes, athletes, and the list goes on. But work clothes are essential because that's what you need on your job to identify that you are an employee or an employer of a particular company. Work clothes have to be washed every day or washed every other day, depending on what it is that you do. But work clothes are an everyday item. A computer is an everyday item. I believe I use my computer at least 5 times a day. Okay. I like to email or send emails. I check my social media accounts. I put together these different slideshows, videos, and podcasts so you can speak and understand English better. I do all of that on my computer. I have several computers. Some people have more computers than I do. Some people have less. We know computers come in the form of a laptop or a desktop, or some people just use their phone as their computer. They use it to do data collection. They use it for a number of different reasons. I have a friend that's over in Turkey, and sometimes he's in the UK because he's in the military, and we can talk on the computer or on the cell phone. So these are everyday items that you need to know how to talk about when it comes to speaking English. A watch. A watch is an everyday item. Many people still wear their watch even though they have time on their cell phone or their computer. But a watch has a minute hand, an hour hand, and a second hand, and it keeps up with the time in an accurate manner. Some watches have the dates on them. If you're right-handed like myself, you would wear your watch on your left hand. If you're left-handed, you will wear your watch on your right hand. Okay, so the watch is an item that people wear every day. Technology has added some features to watches to where now they're digital. And many people keep up with their steps, keep up with their workout routine, their heart rate. You can talk on a phone on your watch now like you would on a phone. That's amazing to me. I have an what is it called? An iWatch. And when I get phone calls, I can talk on my watch. I can share pictures or look at pictures on my watch, and I can text from my watch. So watches have become an everyday item for many people, young and old. A car. Now, depending on where you live, a car is an everyday item. I live in a rural country area, and so there's no public transportation. I actually did a video on what it's like to live in the country. You can check that out. It's on the YouTube channel under Jay's Learning School. And so, because there's no public transportation where I live, you must have a car. It's an everyday item. If you want to get from one location to another quickly, you jump in your car. Okay. You have to operate in a car properly so you don't cause an accident. Cars are something that you need to keep clean inside and out. Okay. A car used to be just ran by fuel, but now they have electric cars. And you know that you can use these electric cars once you charge them. I am not a fan of the electric car, even though it may help the atmosphere. I do a lot of driving sometimes, and I just don't like the idea after so many hours, I have to stop somewhere and charge a car. That's not cool for me. Do you have an electric car? Let me know down in the comments section your opinion. How has it been? Because I look at it, gas where I am is almost $3 a gallon. And I've been doing research on electric cars, and I've been learning that the batteries only last for so many years. And then you have to go out and buy another battery. And I've been told batteries can cost upwards of $20,000, especially when you're talking about a Tesla. So I was like, man, that's like buying another car. So a battery costing $20,000 to $25,000? Nah, that's not something I would want to do. But that's just my opinion when it comes to an electric car. Keys are an everyday item. Keys give us access and forbid access to other people from accessing different things. You would use a key for a safe. You would use a key for a door. You would use a key for a lock or a padlock. So keys are very essential. Some people have a lot of keys. My keys are downstairs. I have like 2 or 3 different key rings, and they open up different doors to my house, my where I work at, my mother's house, and so forth. So I have a number of keys, and sometimes I misplace my keys and it takes me 5 to 10 minutes to find where did I put my keys. And so that's a good question you may ask someone. Where are my keys? Have you seen my keys? I need to get a copy of this key. And so when you get a copy of a key, it simply means that you're getting a duplicate of a key. And so they have different locksmiths around town that you would take the key to, and they would copy the key. There's some keys that will cost you $2, but then there's some keys, in order to get a duplicate, it may cost you $200. So it just depends on the key. Utensils are an everyday item. A utensil would be a knife, a fork, a spoon. And of course, we use utensils to eat our food with. Jello, you would use a spoon. Ice cream, you would use a spoon. I had a waffle this morning. I used a fork and a knife. I had a salad last night. I used a knife and a fork. My wife made some salmon last week, and we used a fork. I had lamb. I used a knife and a fork. And so these are things that we would use every day when we're eating our food. A driver's license. A driver's license is a government-issued form of ID that says that you have the right or the permission to operate a vehicle. A driver's license has your complete name, your first, your middle, your last name. It also has your address, your weight, your height, when you took your driver's license exam, and when your driver's license exam expires. And so the driver's license is something that you would use to prove that you are who you say you are. When you go to the bank, you must have a driver's license. When you mail certain things, they need to verify with a driver's license. So it's an everyday item that you would keep in your wallet or in your purse. A credit card is an everyday item. We use credit cards and debit cards to purchase things, to sell things. We access money with a credit card or a debit card. We also call credit cards and debit cards plastic. Okay. I've got some plastic. That's what we call it over here in the United States. I'm not familiar with any other nicknames in other countries, but they're just called a card or plastic or a credit card or a debit card. Now, a debit card is actually attached to your checking account. A credit card is actually a line of credit that a company has given you. So you may have a $1,000 credit line on your credit card, or you may have a $10,000 credit line on your credit card, and you cannot spend over that amount. Now, once you spend something on a credit card, you must pay it back within 30 days or make a payment. But on a debit card, it comes immediately out of your checking account at your local bank. A refrigerator is an everyday item because it stores our food. It's where we keep our food cool as well as frozen food, food that we want to store for a long period of time. We put it in a refrigerator. A refrigerator has a part that's called a freezer, and it has a part that keeps the food cool, a refrigerator. If you have kids, they go in the refrigerator probably every 10 to 15 minutes, looking for something to eat, looking for something to make a sandwich, looking for a snack. A refrigerator is an everyday item that we see and use on a daily basis. The internet is an everyday item because we gather information, we get information, we do commerce all on the internet. If you need directions, you can go to the internet. If you need to know how much something costs, you go to the internet. If you would like to buy particular things for your home, your family member, you can do all of that on the internet. You can watch videos on how to speak and understand English on the internet. You can go to my website, jayslearningschool.com, on the internet. And of course, we access the internet on our cell phones or a computer. An iron is an everyday item. An iron is what we use on our clothes to get the wrinkles out. Okay, so it's hot, it plugs up in the wall, and you apply pressure on your clothes, and it gets the wrinkles out. It helps you look presentable. It helps you to look neat. It helps you to look professional. An iron is what we use on our pants, on our shirts, on our shorts. Women use them on blouses, dresses. An iron gets wrinkles out of our clothes. Toilet. Gotta go to the bathroom every day so we can get the waste out of our body. A toilet is usually located in the bathroom. Okay. And so you flush the toilet to get rid of the waste that you put on the inside of the toilet. Deodorant. Now, I know deodorant is something that may not be an everyday item in every country or for every type of person, but deodorant is something that is an essential item here in the United States. We use deodorant to keep ourselves from sweating as well as to keep odors down in our body. And of course, food. Food is something that we have to have every day in order to provide energy and nutrition to our body. So you have salads, meats, vegetables, and dairy products. These are all a part of our food categories. Well, I hope you have enjoyed today's learning lesson where I have taught you vocabulary words about everyday items. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. I have a podcast, TikTok. All of my links are located down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you join me on my next English lesson. Have a wonderful day.